Mike's hot. Hi, everybody. What's going on? All right,
Mike's
we're
hot.
doing this
Hi,
thing.
everybody. What's going on?
And now we heard ourselves do that a second time because we're now live on Telegram, on INN Telegram.
What's going on?
And now we heard ourselves do that. And now we're live somewhere else because we're now live on Telegram. I have to figure out where else I have sound on. And now we heard ourselves do that. And now we're live somewhere else because we're now live on Telegram. Yes, we are. And I don't know where else I have sound on.
You can't stop
And now we
it.
heard ourselves do that. And now we're live somewhere else because we're now live on Telegram. Yes, we are.
Closing
all my
windows.
windows. I have sound on.
You can't stop.
There it is. Woo-hoo! I figured it out. We're good. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Indy, as you can see on the screen there by the big thing that says
Hi,
Indy.
everybody.
Hi, everybody. Me and Reef were talking the other day about like how you just blow me away with you blow us away with the Harry Carey, and now I'm opening up. Now I open up. How do we miss that? With, hi, everybody, and I can't nearly imitate quite where you hit, but it's becoming an American tradition. If you
I see what you did there. Roll credits. You said it.
See what I did there. So yeah, this is INN, an American tradition with Jesse Jett, and this is episode 13, which is the best of luck to us all. We can bend over, kiss our asses goodbye because it's the Wartime Gala Spectacular. So join us as we ring in the new war with an eclectic mix of rare originals and, as always, a few surprises. I've got a couple of spoken word pieces that are queued up and ready to go. Jesse's been tuning up. We've been listening to his tunes.
Not that for all the good it'll do me. I have, yes.
And we were waiting for Tommy Nation to finish up. Shout out to Tommy Nation. He was live on INN until about 9:55. Then I had to set up a Rumble stream and set up to go live on Rockfin. Wait, are we live on Rockfin? I hope we are. If not, I have to open it up and hit the button.
I'm not the guy to ask.
No, now we are.
This is what
we're
bring
live on Rockfin.
right here.
Boom. Now we're live on Rockfin. Okay. I had to hit that button. Now we're good there. And that means I now need to turn on the chat for Rockfin. And then I can turn it on down below if we get any. So, hey, everybody, if you're chatting. Hi, everybody that's here already. We've got Cynic, of course. We've got Signs. We've got Kelly. We've got a couple of others already, at least, I'm sure. Plus, you got me. You got Jesse. And I'm guessing that Reef and Colin will be along later. They'll be. Oh, Miguel's here, too. That's right. I forgot. And Warren, Extra Booyah. Miguel's been here for a while. Miguel said what's up like 45 minutes ago. It is a party, and I'm ready for some tunes because it's been 3 weeks, so I feel Jesse deprived.
It has been. I feel Jesse deprived. It's a strange feeling.
Well, yeah.
I mentioned to Indy before we started Friday night, my wife had a few work friends over. She made everybody Jell-O shots. They miraculously didn't all get consumed. So I brought myself a few Jell-O shots, one for each world war. And I'm going to be dipping into those as we go. It was some Jell-O shot ASMR for the folks at home. Me pairing it out.
Wonderful. There's a little preview of what it's going to look like when we do our stuff. But there we go. Hey, where is everybody? Nobody responding on Twitter. I don't know what's going on. I think the shadow ban is in effect. Town. It's
it's all clogged with bots.
It's the pre-election. We're not letting anybody see anything time. It's kind of brutal at the moment. So
it sure seems like it. My AOC, the retweet of her talking to the Pod Save America guys, that's doing numbers I haven't seen in a long time. And I was a little surprised, like, oh my God, look at that. There's like 100 something likes on this tweet. I forgot what it's like seeing triple digits. I forgot what it's like seeing more than 12 in the last couple months. I feel like everybody, no matter the account size, it's just like engagement is slim to none. It feels like I'm not getting to see posts from people I usually see, and I have to go hunt for them and check their page. And they've been active. They've been posting a ton. I haven't seen any of it. So
yeah. I've been seeing. I think we've all been seeing kind of the same thing. Charlie Mack's here. We are
Oh,
live,
thanks,
by the
Charlie.
way, again on Telegram as well. So t.me/Indie News Network. We did set up a Telegram channel. It is feeding in, I believe, all of our tweets. I set up a bot for that. So at least you're
It's
going to see some
feeding.
content there. It's already feeding. The bot's working. The articles, the tweets, the videos, it's all going to feed in there from all the network members. So you're going to be able to get live news feed, INN content 24/7 on Telegram, on your phone, on your desktop, on your
Nonstop.
anywhere, nonstop. If you can't get enough of us, and we know some people can't, and we're grateful for you. Thank you so much, really.
True.
We get some
We're
really
a lovable
cool,
bunch.
seriously, we get some really cool comments from fans out there and from people who are watching. We're also fans, really. We're just fans who happen to have some skill and some equipment and like to make some content. So I have some ideas about the way things are going and share that occasionally in a Substack post, and we amplify other content creators, and that's what we do at Indie Left News and Indie News Network. We lift each other up, so it's pretty badass. You know, a shout out to again.
You're doing the
look at
Lord's
this.
work.
See, he says that in my intro as well. You're doing the Lord's work, or you know, it's really
It's
really.
true.
Oh, that's thank you. And no, I'm doing what I love doing, and that's the best part. You know, I really do love watching all you guys and making sure that you've got, you know, the right stuff and supported and countering the narrative. If somebody has to, geez, because nobody seems to be, and not enough people. We need more. Everybody, if you have the skills, do it. Do it.
I've been heavily absorbed in Utah Phillips's discography lately, and there's something really great. He says that like work is what you do for yourself. Toil is what you do for someone else to pay your bills and make your ends meet. But work is the thing you do that satisfies you, the thing that you feel like your purpose is, you know. And the key is just setting aside time and resources from your toil to build up on your work until the day that you can, you know, hopefully be doing the work you want to do and not just toil for someone else.
Nothing but that. Yep. That's what I would like to very much be doing, and I've said that a few times. And
you're doing the work, man.
No offense to the guy that's actually employing me right now, but like,
yeah, right, yeah, same. No,
I love you, man, but you know,
it's a necessary toil.
This is, you know, I found I tell him, and I'm not like shy about it. Like I found family, I found something, you know, that I'm hanging on to and continuing to grow and develop, and
yep.
You know, we're doing a look. I mean, look at that guy, man. Crab, nice news suit. That's right. He's not exactly a news guy, but that is a nice news suit. But you know, some of the interviews that we're doing, some of the shows, and some of the people that we're helping, and you know, just behind the scenes, the connections that are being made it's a lot of fun to see it all happening.
Yeah.
So you got some music, you got some spoken word. What are we gonna do?
I got it all.
Yeah, we're here. We're not just here to bullshit, though. I can sit here and bullshit with you for like hours, and I'm sure they can check that out.
As you all know, I have to be fully dressed if I'm streaming. Like I have to be wearing normal pants. I can't do pajamas. Have to have shoes on. Tonight I'm not just wearing sneakers. I'm wearing the fucking dress shoes. So we're really I really went for it tonight. I got my jello shots. I got everything. I was we're on.
Love it.
Oh hi. You want to come up? Don't just claw my leg and then walk away. No, he's
good.
Okay. There it is. I needed that. Are we on Rockfin or something right now?
I hope we are. We should be. It says we are.
We fucking better be.
I don't know. Let's see.
Are we?
Are we? Well, here's the link.
Fun here.
Here's the link. Everybody, let's see. Are we? Yeah. On INN YouTube, not Indie Left News. Yes, we are on INN YouTube. We are not on Indie Left News, and we are live on INN Rockfade. Woohoo! Indie did it right. Yeah, Cynic, you know what? I messed up. It's really funny. I apologize because I realized afterwards that in Restream, I actually turned on the wrong YouTube channel because all our YouTube channels are now plugged into Restream, which is badass. So I realized, oh, like when I logged into INN to put a chat in, I'm like, wait, where's the stream? Oh, wait. Oh, I put it on my channel. All right, I guess I'll turn my channel on INN on tonight, and it relays the chat, and we'll alert all the people and show them, hey, American Tradition's on again. And yes, this is on every other Tuesday night for the people on Indie Left News that are not subscribed to INN. And obviously, there are some of you because there are almost twice as many people subscribed to Indie Left News. This is a show, American Tradition, starring me. And well, actually, starring my buddy right here, this guy, Jesse. I'm just a little guy in the corner who's talking in the disembodied voice. As they used to say, actually, on
right.
What was that show on ESPN? They still do it. It's like a game show for talk show, right? For sports writers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's still on at like 5 o'clock, still on ESPN,
Yeah.
the same damn show. It's been on forever. Different writers, obviously, but Tony Reali, I think, is still the host. And so anyway, yeah, so so I'm the disembodied voice in the corner, and it stars this guy, but we're on every 2 weeks on INN usually. We just happen to be co-streaming tonight to my channel because I screwed up. The last time we co-streamed to my channel was because we had the strike on INN and we couldn't stream to INN for a week. So we went to my channel. But normally this is an exclusive INN show.
Bad boys.
Well, we do break some rules here. We got our brother shut the fuck up.
I knew adding the word spectacular was going to make all the difference. I was like, Wartime Gala? What's this lacking? Spectacular. And see? Extra button and extra seat because of it. They said it couldn't be done.
If they say to Jesse it can't be done, it's over.
Oh, I'm fucking doing it.
It's gonna do it just to show it to be done. What do we got?
So this song is it's on my YouTube. It's not really on anything else, and honestly, I would need to make some changes before it was, because it has a sample that if it was anywhere other than just YouTube, someone would find out, and Nintendo would sue the shit out of me. So yeah, it's just been kind of existing on there, but it was an early attempt for me, really with my home setup. One of the first times I kind of fired up this mic to see what recording into my phone sounded like. But yeah, I have a little video on YouTube where I sped up and slowed down some videos of me writing out the lyrics and tried my best to time it with it, but it made for a fun little project. So this is called Horseman number 4. I love to scream myself hoarse. Can't name sources, I can't tame the force. Came for the apocalypse, stayed to play Horseman number 4. But I ultimately ran off course, like an actor after half a dozen Xanax in their Porsche. Stole the panic out the disco, brought it crashing through your porch. Asking you to pick me up and throw me to the Lord. Half exhumed, speaking less the pen and more the sword. So toss me to the curb, watch me gather up and travel forth. Maybe I can find my way to sea, pine away and plant a tree, weep a decade into being, chop it down and make a torch that I would always have to lug around with me. I don't know, I just learned from what I see and try to make it yours. It was a gorgeous ceremony, but Christ, it was a messy divorce. A lot of late nights, a lot of sharp tongues, a lot of locked doors, a lot of screaming through a wall at the person you were trying to ignore. Like if I was a beach, I'd see the sea and dream of being something more. And if I was the sea, I'd see the beach and want to eat away its shores. Either way, the future's pretty dismal, sugar. Either way, it's yours. Either way, it's yours. I love to scream myself hoarse. I can't name sources, I can't tame the force. Came for the apocalypse, stayed to play Horseman #4.
And what game was that too?
Oh, that I snaked a little moment from the intro of the first Animal Crossing game.
Animal
The like
Crossing.
main menu, there's a moment where the piano does this little minor thing, and I took a second out of that and slowed it way the fuck down. It also has uh, a laugh on it. It's Mary Livingston from the Jack Benny show. That she has this very distinct laugh, and I took her laugh, and it like plays at normal speed and then slowed way the fuck down. Kind of alternates between them. It's a super fun instrumental, but I couldn't afford to actually pay to legally use that sample. So if I wanted to put that on like a record, like Bandcamp or Spotify, I'd need to make some changes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
I never played any or done anything with it, but it's a fun little piece, and I was like, why not tonight? I was kind of looking through just some stuff I've never played, and that one obviously isn't political or topical, but it's fun to throw one of those in once in a while because everything else I'm doing tonight for the most part is so.
It's
As usual.
quick and fun, and yes, we need something to break it up right now. Jeez, like
Right?
what else? Everywhere, it's like
Exactly. Yep.
they're literally shocking, awing us into like, all right, like half the country's just gonna be like, all right, like look, we've got to just do something and change this stuff up, and these guys are terrible, and it's a nightmare. And half the people are like, we don't want to change anything up because it's already so bad. Flipping the whole thing around might turn around and make it worse. And it's like, we say turn it all over, man. Burn it all down.
Dude, I the other night, it was very last minute, but a guy I work with let me know that he had the opportunity to get a couple tickets to see a stand-up act. And it's a guy, Dan Cummins, who he has a couple podcasts. One is Time Suck, and one that he does with his wife is called Scared to Death, where they do kind of ghost stories and supernatural stories. And my wife loves Scared to Death. And I was like, you know what? It'd be super fun if she happened to be off work. I was like, it might work out. We haven't done anything like that together in years. So we ended up going to this show, and I knew that he did some political stuff. I also knew I wasn't thrilled with his take on Ukraine, but I'm not thrilled with most people's take on Ukraine, if we're being fair. But I was so impressed during his stand-up set that he talked about how both parties are screwing us, how the two-party system has failed us, and how we should just burn it all down. And everybody fucking agreed with him in the place. It was so refreshing to hear someone talk about that so matter-of-factly and no one be like, boo, preserve the two-party system. It's doing so good. Like, it was just really, really nice. So big props to Dan Cummins for saying that. Especially in like, we're getting there, man. It's,
It's only comedians, man. They're the only ones that are allowed to tell the truth.
For now. So let's fuck it, let's see if I can pull this one off. I haven't done this in a while. This is gonna be on a collection of kind of oddball stuff that was between records and never made it on to other things. But was one of my favorite songs I've done. Sometimes I have a tendency to do something and I'll kind of mix it a good bit, and then in my head I'm like, that needs to get like final mix. But I never get around to doing that. And then when I go back to it later, I'm like, why didn't I just call this good? Because honestly, am I going to make it better than that? Like realistically, me. So this is one of those, I listen back to it now. I'm like, fuck, this song's fine. So this is going to be on with like airplane mode and a lot of other songs that just never made it onto other projects. That those songs I just have to kind of put together and put out. So I'll probably do that like I don't know around the end of the year.
Nice.
And that's going to be on something titled "And Then the Sky Slammed Shut." This is called "Yes You." fix that string because it is wildly out of tune. Popped the other day at the very beginning of a charity gig, setting up and open the case, and it's like in the drive from my house to the gig, the string just said and fucking fell to shit, and I had to change it very last second.
I know how you love it when that happens.
Right? I once had setting up for a wedding, and like I'm supposed to play as they're walking down the aisle, and the entire tuning mechanism for my D string had just rusted away and said no more, and it just fell apart. And so I played the whole wedding and reception with 5 strings because I didn't have a backup guitar that was not an hour's drive away, and I was like, fuck it, this is what's for dinner. Luckily everyone drank a bunch, and so they didn't notice.
Everybody seems to be lost with the chats. Everyone's got the relay bot, and they're like, where do we go to not to the I think it's on my channel. Right. Go to Indie Left News, and I think my chat is like the main chat, and like the restream bot is on the other one.
All right.
So what else is going on? Yeah. We've got INN News tomorrow night, everybody. We're gonna do promos, and don't put your clock on starting Reef. Reflow's doing that. Let's messing with me.
Okay.
All right, let me turn that on. Yay!
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're getting it working.
So here we go. This is called Yes You. Love, I only wanna help you, so I won't lie to protect you. All those same people that defend you would beat you bloody if your rent's due. Yes, you. Love, I only wanna help you, so I won't lie to protect you. All those same people that defend you would beat you bloody if your rent's due. I guess you didn't hear. Maybe all our signs weren't clear. Maybe someone went to tell you and got disappeared. So keep your voice down, cause our phones have ears, and I'll act surprised when you spout what I've told you for years. Upstream against a steady flow of smears for being just another fringe theorist. Well, those conspiracies will hit a little closer to your home after Cuomo shields the home where you housed mommy dearest. Shit, negligence is par for their care, and they're not gonna be there for their court appearance, cause they've been granted carte blanche and a full clearance, immunity from scrutiny and legal repercussions when they knowingly infect your parents. And knowing what I know now, I can't say it's fair, but I can say it's pretty damn American. So love, I only wanna help you, so I won't lie to protect you. But all those same people that defend you would beat you bloody if your rent's due. Yes, you. Love, I only wanna help you, so I won't lie to protect you. All those same people that defend you would beat you bloody if your rent's due. Yes, you, yes, you, yes, you, yes, you, yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. You could find yourself the target of the ruling class, the oligarchs, the CEOs, plutocrats. You could be that dude beneath the overpass, face down, sucking on a canister of chlorine gas, while seated on your back is a faceless white fascist in a mask, who's taking orders cause he's just a clueless ass. Can't think for himself, but he relishes the task. We groom young men to be that.
An army of kids who were told not to cry by emotionally walled off dads. You'll find no better candidates to bludgeon with abandonment and gas. Press medics, women, children, old veterans, or anyone that threatens the establishment. Then their bloodlust wears off, the Kevlar tears off. They look at their reflection and they're shifted to imbalances. Fuck, we do a damn good job of tuning men to war's ravages. But once we finally break them, we don't have a plan to save them, so they end up in a tent camp, living with the rest of the collateral damages. And they'll never get the glory or the honor of our wasted sons and daughters lining Arlington like rows of fucking cabbages. This is how you normalize sacrifice. This is how you weaponize a nationalist. This is how you teach a man to break his spine just to fix your bottom line or polish up your averages. See, all those stones in Arlington are seeds that were sown by the capitalists. Now, love, I only want to help you, so I won't lie to protect you. All those same people that defend you would beat you bloody if your ends do, yes, you.
I like that one. Then said that's the first time you played that live.
Yeah. No, I thought I did that on Facts on the Ground, like 2020. If I did it, it was when I first wrote it. I have a feeling that I attempted it. Maybe I didn't, or maybe I did and I botched it and I blocked it out, and that's why it's just kind of barely breaking through.
Huh. We've got an old Warren sighting, an old Warren account, War Deer Entertainment. Oh my. What's up, dude? Oh, the extra Booyah channel is taking a little bit of a snooze, or both checking it out. That's cool. Give us an extra view. I can dig that. Thank you.
Right? Padding those numbers up.
Woo! We can do that at Rockman too, but I don't.
Get us into the algorithm, Warren. So this next song, this is, again, this predates political stuff. This is when I first was doing a little home recording, and I'd actually recorded this song originally on GarageBand on my phone using the microphone that's just built into the earbuds, because I was just kind of, I'd made an instrumental and wanted to do some stuff with it. And the song was in kind of two movements, and I'm only doing the second one tonight, but it had a really great melody and fun kind of song rap thing that I don't really do in a lot of other stuff. And I used to sing it to Fox when he was little, when I would be like rocking him to sleep, or just after I was done reading to him. And the very beginning of the part of the song, when I would let him just hear the recording, there's a sample of me saying, "Play it back, please." And one day we were talking about music, and this was a long time. I hadn't sang this to him in several months. And we were talking about music, and we asked like if he had a favorite song, and he's like, "Yeah, it's that 'Play It Back, Please' song." I was like, "You talking about my song?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I put it on, and like he knew so many of the words.
Oh my God.
And he knew the melody, and it was really incredible. And he's still like, if he's sick, he wants me to hold him and he wants me to put on this song. And like, so yeah, it used to be on my Bandcamp, and I took it down because I wanted to I'd like to make some changes to this and actually put it out. But this is this is that little section of a song called Post-War, which was fitting for tonight.
Hey ma, look at me, wide-eyed, I glow white neath a black moon. Scratch that, I'm passed out back room. The advantages of living in a vacuum. I'm post-war, freeform, past due. No, I don't recall the ritual, now do you? I recall red walls, jet black pews. Nobody said a word, just their hands moved. And they spelled out words that I never knew. And they showed me things I could never prove. And they taught me things I could never lose. I don't understand the books and I read a few. I recall red walls, jet black pews. I recall red walls, jet black pews. I recall red walls, jet black pews. Now I forgot to ask you, if you had to choose between the future or the past you, which one's likeliest to snap and attack you? Put them in the ground, lock the other in the bathroom, and I promise you'll look back soon. Laugh it off, toss your hair back in the dim light of the half moon. No worse for the wear, save that your hair looks like you worked in the classroom. Lost your mind somewhere in the back with the empty matchbook in the gas fumes. No, I'm pre-war, post-hardcore, Victrola in a loaner car. I could make a fire start. I've got flint and a little spark. Now show me to your Joan of Arc. And watch me fall asleep before the show will start. No matter what, wake me up at the half, please. Play it back, please. I take it back, please. Just take it back. Attach a PS, do not clean, hiss, do not DS, do not track. This will serve as a warning for me in the future, the next time I rap. And that's post-war.
And the cynic said this is only like a section of the song, the whole song.
Yeah, the very end, like this, I was doing my yes thing. I was like, let's do like a song, and then all of a sudden there's one little sample that kind of turns into a whole other movement. But
Rock! Woo!
right, exactly. Baito and the Snow Dog.
Oh, dude, now you're speaking my language. Come on.
And on that note, it's time for Jello Shot numero dos.
Yeah, that was definitely fire. Gamer Ganja for life. How are you, man? Good to see you. You're in every chat. You're amazing. Super fan. We need a lot more people watching, and we really appreciate everyone who does. And we need like 1 billion more of you. Seriously, like you get it. You're there and awesome.
See, you're here watching me eat Jello shots in my basement.
It's
in
awesome.
My nice dress shirt on a Tuesday night.
That's it's. Reef tells me I've turned into Chris Farley on SNL. Like, remember that time when you did that thing and that was awesome. Apparently,
Kelly,
yes.
Kelly asked if I've ever written a song and serenaded a lady, and when I met my wife, it was like the worst time for someone to come into her life. And I was like, it was also for me the moment where I was instantly like, oh, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. So way too soon, I was like, I want your babies. I want to marry you. And it took a lot of poems and a lot of songs. And yeah, in fact, one day, maybe when we get close to Valentine's Day, I could literally do a night of just songs and like love poems that I wrote for my wife and just embarrass the piss out of her. That'd be super fun because she works at the hospital, so I'm sure if it's a holiday she'll have to work. So I can be like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna be on YouTube singing and reciting to a dozen or so people. All the there's nothing too graphic or scandalous, you know. I'm a Renaissance man. Romanticism to me, so my love poems are sappy as shit. But
I'm sure they are, dude. Yeah,
They're also fucking good.
yeah, they're good. They're as the dudes say,
I
they're
wonder.
they're
Hang
panty
on.
droppers, right? That's
Do I
the
have?
that's what the kids say.
Hang on. Now I'm curious. Let me go way back.
Oh, we're going to the catalog. He actually has like a paper catalog, right, of all the songs and everything. It's how do you keep all that straight? He's got such a library of work.
Oh shit. Okay. No, we got one. This actually, when I realized that, like, okay, doing my wedding vows, I get everyone here. They're trapped. What better time to make them listen to one of these poems? So I took what I'd considered to be the like quintessential one, and kind of put it right in the middle of my vows. So yeah, this piece is called Ringlet. If one of my confessions would but linger in the air, after dripping off your earlobe and be woven in your curls, that it might sing you soft asleep on nights I wasn't there, and whisper low my love to you, a ringlet made of words. If one time your embrace could burn itself into my skin, and I could map your shadow as I map our future plans, that I may trace your body where I feel its heat within, or draw your head upon me and the outline of your hands. Till then I give my senses up to sentiment and bias, that they may treat your scent a bit more gently than the rest, to dust my very soul with your aroma in the highest, and overdosing thusly I would savor the arrest. So let your love for me be voiced in only vision, then strip my vision from me as we're lying in your bed, and I would live a prophet in the throes of his religion, that only through my faith in you would all my dreams be fed. I beg my senses to indulge a little bias. I then invoke an echo for the few words you confessed, and I draw your scent against me in a statement of defiance, for I will leave the rest to chance, but darling, what is rest? So lay your hand in mine, and run with me into the forest. There I will make our choir out of every autumn bloom, and carve my love for you on every tree this moonlit midnight, on every branch and bough until I find there isn't room. So let but one confession wind like ivy through your ringlets, and whisper to you nightly till the whisper sprouts a song, and trust within your heart that it is always me who sings it, on infinite repeat until I hear you sing along. Boosh. Pisces, son.
Damn. I think all the ladies are here like, ah. I see it in the chat, and everyone's like flipping out.
Oh man, I did not need to hear you make that sound. I also kind of wish we had it sampled, that we could just put it on the soundboard with Kitty, like right next to Kitty.
Oh, we'll definitely have to grab that one for sure. But yeah, even Charlie Mac's like, damn, son. Yeah, see, big guy crab, Pisces, bitches. Oh, God, Joe. Yep. Joe's wet. See, that's we knew.
There we go. Mission accomplished. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure Nate's nipples are lactating.
God damn. Indy, the first rule about Nipple Club is you do not talk about nipples. Get your shit together.
Wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about. I was just talking about a dude's nipples. I don't know what you're talking about. But that dude shows his nipples 3 times a day, so you know, guys gotta comment when a guy's gonna comment, you know.
Oh man. All right, let's let's I was gonna oh baby Jesus.
Oh,
that's
Joe.
a great one. Okay.
What's up, Joe?
Last week, Fox was trying to build something out of Legos, this tower, and it collapsed. And he goes, Jesus. And I go, bud, I was like, I know you're home, but like some people would take offense at you saying it like that. He was like, well, I mean, Jesus isn't a bad word. I was like, no, but again, it's just the context, you got to think about how it would make people feel. And he goes, well, I mean, baby Jesus, like it's not a bad word. I was like, I understand. A few minutes later, he almost has it finished. It collapses again. He goes, Jesus, sorry, baby Jesus. Loophole. There you go.
Oh my God. Baby Jesus. I got it. And I love it. It's, leave it to the kids to come up with the innovation. I'm
from
impressed.
The mouth of babes.
Oh, always from the mouth of babes. That's our fox right there. We're gonna get our kids together at some point, and we'll record like some kind of sample of them going crazy, going. Ah! It'll be really funny, and then we'll be able to put that on Spotify and make enough money to pay for INN. Maybe like let's do that. Yeah, right. Thanks, Spotify.
All right.
Spotify sucks.
Speaking of people that actually make money with what they do, we're gonna do the TYT piece because I realize I've never done that on the show before.
Okay.
And I was gonna play it, but I was like, you know what? I'd love to just do it as spoken word and really let it sing. And I got blocked by the main like Young Turks account. Still haven't gotten blocked by Jenkorana. And I feel like that's a personal failure. And for all the views that this song got on the YouTubes, it didn't stir up their ire as enough as I wanted it to. I'm starting to learn I might not be an organizer, I might be an agitator, and it's super fun. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm the wild card,
Well,
so
I'm the aggregator and you're the agitator. So that kind of works.
There we go.
I think that's the new name of the show. It's the aggregator and the agitator. Like that. Say that 5 times fast, right? That's fun. We definitely have fun here. Joe and Warren are getting really sloppy already in the chat, and it did not take long, of course. Love you guys.
I love it. I wouldn't have you guys any other way.
Seriously. All right. You ready for this? Oh, I probably need to switch the virtual webcam for you so that you can see this much better. Right?
Ooh.
Is that juicy?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then for
originally
everybody,
this was going to be called Nobody's Business But the Turks, which is a nod to the old song Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. But I realized that no one listens to 30s radio shows as much as I do necessarily, so that reference might be lost on some folks. So I instead named it after one of my favorite digs in the whole line, or in the whole piece. So yeah, this was the Young Turks piece. This is called Fractions. Calling every foe synthetic leftist and progressive lover. Summoning the simps of all the squad adjacent, opportunist, two-faced copsuckers. Paging every democratic yes man in possession of a smoother brain than those who hide behind the Biden stutter. Welcome to the super edgy independent news that you can trust when we say we don't sell our standards out like all the others. Trust us when we tell you that we're looking out for working class America, holding all the powerful accountable. Trust us when we tell you that a host of vital truths are being covered, when honestly the truth is being smothered by a couple disingenuous hacks sent to act in bad faith by Big Brother, and start smearing every journalist who bears the credibility they covet from their gilded fucking neoliberal centerpiece. Air out all their jealousy and spite like it might yield them some validity, or paint a coat of pity over all of their acidity. But they've been busy cozied up to every war pig living between here and the infinity. Albright, Biden, Obama, God, that's got to take the trophy for unholiest of trinities. Well, I hope you didn't come to witness anything resembling integrity. That's been long abandoned. Now we see integrity as often as Atlantis. Now they only toe the line and read what they've been handed. It's safe to say if Jenks sunk any lower, he'd be deeper than the Marianas. TYT will tell you how opinions aren't the facts unless they're Jenks or Annas.
Since they chose to make a living out of licking boots and shilling, you can bet they make a killing. TYT is proud to say they traded all their spines away to empty out the till and tell themselves it's decent work and it's an honest tilling. Me, I see they found a way to rape the willing. Me, I read between the lines, and in the script I see the signs that those who fund their message down to every filthy dime would gladly bleed a human sea if it prevents a drop of oil spilling. Yet somehow they portray themselves the heart of the progressive movement. The loudest voices calling for some unity with those who built careers around destroying unions. Which might be true, since unity is something truly useless and symbolic like a stale communion. As tasteless as the times they tried to fight back smiles smearing Julian. And I hope Cenk and Anna listen up and listen well. You'll never be a fraction of the journalist Assange has been, even from his cell. All the filth you spread around, you spread it on yourself. That's my time. Fuck you twice. See you both in hell. And that's Fractions.
Damn, I wish you had a mic that you could actually freaking drop there. Because that kind of calls for it. See, I love making him laugh, but I don't want to make him laugh while he's smoking.
I'll get a spare one. I have a piece of shit mic that's not really any good anymore.
Right, we can just like get something to pop. I just want to hear that.
Be like,
I want to hear that sound of the bop. You know, like it's just got a. That sound has got, I don't know, some kind of relief or some kind of something to it.
Oh man.
Yes. But yeah. That's my time. Fuck you twice. See you both in hell. Well, okay. Well, that's. How do you really feel, Jesse? Really? Like
once you said that, you said it all. That's why it's the end of the piece. I couldn't care nothing after that. I mean,
seriously, I'm down with that. Yeah, such a good piece. For sure. Yep, that is a mic drop. That's right. Absolutely. Basta. Go start. A Marianas Trench reference. Yes, we go deep here.
I see what you did there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was even unintended. Now, are we gonna do Ghost in the Lawn, or are we gonna do the record first next, or so that I have it queued up next for you? I got everything here. Oh.
Let's do the record.
We'll do the record. Okay.
This is one of those that isn't. It's on YouTube. It's another old track that I know it's the closest thing I have to like a mental health piece. That and Ghost on the Lawn. And I figured, again, what better time than the World War III gala near the end to pull out the deep cut in my feels stuff. So this is one I'd love to redo the vocals on and throw on the compilation thing that I'm going to put out soon, because this is definitely a song I'd like to see the light of day a bit more. So let me just shoop.
So you wrote this in November 1st, 2019. So this is
So this song just turned 3 years old. Well, it's about to turn 3 years old.
Wow.
I'm a few weeks ahead. I haven't leaped yet. I'll have to explain to you later.
It's only 1 week.
Okay.
It's less than a week.
Yeah. What? It's 25th?
Yeah. Okay. How about that?
Again,
people still owe money. Come on.
Does anybody really know what time it is?
Oh boy. All
right. Yeah.
All right. Chicago knows what time it is.
There you go. See, please, someone's got to get that.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
All right. Here we go.
All right, the record. Here we go. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more here. That's better.
Ooh, I like that. All right. Now let the record show there are no morals. There are only lessons to be learned when you are staring down a precipice or hanging from a ledge. How can someone justify decisions that they made to everybody that depends on them, especially somebody who's too young to understand why you behaved the way you did or said the things you said? This is just a phase, and I'll be happy when it's over. Call me Grateful Dead. Call me anything you like. My name is late for bed. Early for the sky, which by the by, I think tonight I'll paint it fever red with the delirium of wildfire imminence. And this will burn your mission statement down, melt your churches to the ground, and only sound the smoke alarm when it's too late to salvage any grace or scrap of charred deliverance. My holy path led me to fast, and slowly I degraded till at last I bit the bullet, and it didn't do a thing for me, so now I suck the filament. And if I see a dangling ligament, I'll probably stand in awe of it a minute, then I'll probably start gnawing it. In one sitting, I'll be eating and violently shitting all of it, make a tape and send it straight to Parliament, like I think I've got what it takes to step behind your armaments. My mind just can't sit still a minute, ill-equipped or insufficient. Incidentally, I just can't remember having instances of inner peace, just never ceasing bits and pieces of a kind of self-defeating terrorism. So I don't need a sign to point me towards the light. I'm trying to find out where it isn't. The glare impairs my vision. The fairest thing of all is loving past the point of listening. The only part of me that's really here is sort of missing. The little part of me allowed to speak is unforgiving, and that's the part that never stops living. As long as I have free will and I'm willing, and there's the rub, there's the part that always takes a minute. There's the part that I don't have the heart to try killing. The little part of me I'm done explaining and distilling. The part that you don't think is worth the paper where you print the billing. Incidentally, that's the only part of me I ever found fulfilling. So every time a bell rings, a wellspring dries up, and I just gotta keep drilling till it's lost the meaning, lost the thrill, or lost the feeling. And I could spit it just the same looking out across a crowd or staring at the ceiling. And I could spit it just the same looking down into the ground where I'd be bound to find some kind of healing. I lost my job at the casino. My superiors conceded I was pretty shit at dealing. But I had scrawled that on my resume. I guess that they thought I had a sarcastic way with what I say, or maybe I just fumbled an attempt to be endearing. It's not the first time, if you'd believe it. It's not the first time I crossed a line when in my mind I heard myself say, leave it. It's not the first time that my head was in my hands and I heard myself say, beat it. Where's that tape? Let it play. Let the record state, I think I've got what it takes to finally step behind my sense of reason. Man, it is weird. I have not read that piece in 3 years, and I'm like trying to remember where I stop and start, and I'm like, ah! I just felt like I was like flying downhill and trying to just keep keep my fucking balance. But we made it.
Sure,
It was real touch and go, but we made it.
that worked. I'd say that worked. We're all good there. Damn, dude.
All right. Before we do Ghost on the Lawn, I never do like other people's poems because I'm not a big poetry guy. I like stuff that rhymes really well, and a lot of poems just don't have the kind of rhyme schemes that I can follow and enjoy. But in my recent um, Utah Phillips listening, I there's a piece that he read, a spoken word piece, and his reading of it is fantastic. It's also there's just something about the piece, and it was a World War I poem that it really stuck out to me, and I was thinking like God, I would love to read that out loud. And then when I saw that we have 5,000 U.S. troops from 101st Airborne on like a combat deployment in Europe for the first time since World War II. I was like, they haven't announced it yet, but I feel like that's the like soft opening for World War III. Like they haven't done the big fanfare and the lights and all, but like we've test driven it. We're off the ground. So this is a piece by G.K. Chesterton from 1915. This is a World War I poem. This is called The Wife of Flanders. Low and brown barns, thatched and repatched and tattered, where I had 7 sons until today. A little hill of hay your spur has scattered. This is not Paris. You have lost the way. You, staring at your sword to find it brittle, surprised at the surprise that was your plan, who shaking and breaking barriers not a little, find nevermore the death door of Sedan. Must I, for more than carnage, call you claimant? Paying you a penny for each son you slay? Man, the whole globe in gold were no repayment for what you have lost, and how shall I repay?
What is the price of that red spark that caught me from a kind farm that never had a name? What is the price of that dead man they brought me? For other dead men do not look the same. How should I pay for one poor graven steeple whereon you shattered what you shall not know? How should I pay you, miserable people? How should I pay you everything you owe? Unhappy, can I give you back your honor? Though I forgave, would any man forget, while all the great green land has trampled on her the treason and terror of the night we met? Not any more in vengeance or in pardon. An old wife bargains for a beam that's hers. You have no word to break, no heart to harden. Ride on and prosper. You have lost your spurs. Fuck, I wish I'd written that. That piece is so fucking good.
I especially like the horse noise at the end. I thought that was actually part of the poem.
That's just the sound. Like, I tend to make the same sound at the end of hearing something like that I do after the end of like a really brutal metal song. I'm just like, fuck. God damn. Talk about a mic drop, man. G.K. Chesterton.
Theme.
OG. The OG, you know. No one's done it like that since. So yeah, this song, boy, this fucking song. This is on Radio Silence, and it was a weird guitar thing I was trying where I essentially tuned my top 3 strings and my bottom 3 strings kind of independently of each other, and one section, my high strings are set to an open tuning, and I'm kind of doing stuff all on the low strings. And it was just a really fun little exercise that that fit this spoken piece. It was a hard feeling to describe, but I've talked to a lot of other parents that have the same feeling, that like sometimes you feel like you're so swept up in the awareness that this age is so fleeting, and you know, we're bombarded with stuff that like they grow up so fast, even the bad stuff, one day they're going to be driving away, that kind of bullshit, that like I just hyper fixate on that, and it's so hard to feel like I'm just presently enjoying these idyllic moments, because if they're a little too picturesque, I get hung up on like, gosh, how many more of these do we have before he's whatever age? Like that's just where my brain goes. And I found myself dwelling on that a lot, and I ended up trying to describe it. And it's very, very rare that I write something that's as like really descriptive of a specific feeling that's not just political something. Even like something like The Record, there's a lot of, you know, exaggerations and just kind of wordplay, and this song more than anything is like really, really dear to my heart. So of course I made it 4 minutes and 20 seconds as well. But
just by Kawiki Dink.
Yeah, right.
It's just
so
so
yeah,
happened.
this I didn't feel like fucking with the guitar and putting into that tuning and making you guys sit here for all this time. So we're gonna do it spoken word as well. This is whenever you're ready. This is Ghost on the Lawn.
Okay. Yeah, he actually like makes his own jars and then he drinks out of them. So that's a fun fact about our friend Jesse. All right. I got you queued up. I got them. Hold on. Let me go into presenter mode so they can see. All right. Now we got Ghost on the Lawn queued up, and I blocked out all the stuff so they don't have to see the outside stuff. And
beautiful.
Nice. Looking good. All right.
All right.
Bring it.
Sometimes it feels like the world's moving on, or it feels like I'm already gone. Now some say that's just a sign that it's right before dawn. I say the only way I can describe it is sometimes I'm watching my son on his bike and I feel like a ghost on the lawn. I feel like the host and the best of me fed something else and I'm fit to be pawned. I feel like the very last fish in the pond. And tonight they'll be flooding the valley and I'll be alone in the reservoir, endlessly carrying on, deathless and bound, down to a depth I attempted to sound until I thought maybe my sound was gone. Held in a prison whose walls my fists have been pounding on, whose CCTV turned to a live stream as soon as the stream of the reservoir split the walls. And I didn't make waves or a sound. I kept my head down and just drowned to embrace it all. Found what was left of myself caught up in a tangle of trees and debris when the waters receded, and maybe I'd needed that all along. Maybe my peace is that breath of relief in the break of a song. Maybe I'm right at the peak of my being as soon as I speak the last words aloud through the fury of my heart beating. Maybe I'm only deceiving myself. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm nearer to right than I'd like to admit, and that's why I'm convinced I'm splintering. Maybe the truth is, once you let the light in, the brightness is fixed to your eyelids, and there's no forgetting, no matter how heavy the curtains are drawn. Maybe I'm right at the peak of my being as soon as I speak the last words aloud, and then the moment is gone. Maybe I'm more than a ghost on the lawn. But maybe that's just what a ghost would be telling itself to attempt to keep calm. Maybe I'll try to disarm myself, only to find that I'm all of the wires attached to the bomb, find that they run through the lines of my palms, and learn the device is entwined in my final reserves of resolve. So if it ignites, I might just step outside myself, place my concern for your current events on an often neglected shelf, killing my drive to create and then claiming defense of myself, watching as everyone else just keeps revolving. Like maybe them forcing insolvency on us just couldn't be helped, or honestly, we couldn't tell. Maybe those questions are better off left to be muttered ad nauseum after I'm tossed in a cushioned and carpeted cell, singing the ballad of suicide hotline workers who know that they'd only be calling themselves, who know we are stuck in the clutches of leaders who publicly honor the fallen, privately set up a system that sees to it we are eternally falling, and privately plot the demise of us all while they carefully measure the plots that will fall in, the mandatory mass grave cascade we are soon to star in. Then I push the thought aside, like the fog of a chlorine gas hanging thick in my mind, and then I'm standing outside. I'm looking at the sky. I can smell the charcoal of someone's fire. I see my son out on his bike. In a moment that, although I'm standing within it, I still feel it passing by. It's like it's fading into time. And then suddenly it's 20 years behind. And that's Ghost on the Lawn.
It's 4 minutes and 20 years behind.
Shot. Oh, remix. Jello shot.
Yeah, I don't think that Fox is going to hear that anytime soon. I kept thinking like Terminator, like Linda Hamilton Terminator, while I'm listening to you say that. You know, like that scene on the playground where she's standing at the fence.
Oh, damn!
Right?
I'm gonna think of that every time. Fuck.
Right? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Let's that was all I had planned, but let's pull out something. Let's go for one last thing that's a little fun and weird. Because why not?
Cool.
So I've always loved this band, and I never appreciated back when I was listening to this record a lot just how spot on these lyrics were. Because they're spot on. So I haven't played this in a very long time, but by God, I want to. This band is called the Decemberists, and I was lucky enough to see them a long time ago in Tallahassee, Florida. And they do just really bizarre, eclectic music and use an awful lot of instruments that you don't see a lot of modern bands use, like dulcimer and glockenspiel and like an old Rhodes, and like just a really cool old school kind of band, a very 1800s kind of vibe to them. But this song, I always just kind of figured was kind of snarky America song, but it's more than like I said, more than I ever gave it credit for. And something made me listen to some more of their music today at work, because it had been a long time. And then the song came on. I was like, fuck, we were actually, you and me and Crab were talking today about other political songs. And I
was like, shit, this is a great one. It really is. So let me see if I can dust it off. This is called 16 Military Wives. "16 military wives, 32 softly focused, brightly colored eyes, staring at the natural tan of 32 gently clenching wrinkled little hands. 17 company men, out of which only 12 will make it back again. The sergeant sends a ladder to 5 military wives whose tears drip down from 10 little eyes. Cheer them on to their rivals, 'cause America can, and America can't say no. And America does, if America says it's so, it's so. And the anchor person on TV goes la da 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 la da 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 da. 15 celebrity minds, leaving their 15 sordid, wretched, checkered lives. Will they find a solution in time, using their 15 pristine, moderate, liberal minds? 18 Academy chairs, out of which only 7 really even care, dole out a garland to 5 celebrity minds they're humbly taken by surprise, and cheer them on to their rivals, 'cause America can, and America can't say no. And America does, if America says it's so, it's so. And the anchor person on TV goes la da 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 da, la da 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 da. 14 cannibal kings, all wondering blindly what the dinner bell will bring. It's 15 celebrity minds, served on a leafy bed of 16 military wives. Come cheer them on to their rivals, 'cause America can, and America can't say no. And America does, if America says it's so, it's so. And the anchor person on TV goes la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. All right.
Oh, that's pretty. And that's from when? That's from like
That's
this.
a band called the Decemberists. That song, maybe 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that's like old timey, like
Yeah.
1930s ish, like even like
Yeah.
old timey, like
For sure.
That's badass. So I'm going through our chat, and we were actually going to do end of the world songs tonight, if I remember correctly. Or was that going to be the new thing, the surprise thing that we're going to announce soon? But I thought we were going to do like,
well,
I know
fuck
Crab.
It now, didn't we?
Crab puts. Oh, he's making a list, but I thought that was for tonight too, because I know that we were going to do 100 Years to Live. I don't know if you know that song. That
yeah. I'm 15 for
right?
a
Yeah.
Between 10 and 20 and
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like it's like your fake Dave Matthews.
Yeah, right. A little baby who bring up my head and let me out.
There you go. That's great.
I love to scare people at work, and I like to either come up and Dave Matthews just go a little baby, or a James Hetfield just go ooh right behind them. It's really good. Or hit him with a little Bubba Sparks, a little Bubba Sparks. Just be like, booty, rocking everywhere, right behind someone is fantastic. Really,
watch
really,
him
really good
jump.
So, yeah.
Watch him jump far. Yes, that's a good jump. I hope people don't have bad backs, because all of a sudden mine started hurting, and that would, if he made me jump, I would definitely be in pain.
Oh man, you know what? I don't know how to play it or anything, but there's a very short song. I admittedly hadn't listened to my favorite artist's new material since I had started doing my stuff, because his rhymes just get in my head, his lyrics get stuck in my head, and I would never want to like have some awesome rhyme scheme that I loved. I think I told you, and all of a sudden, like, realized that I like
his.
subconsciously stole someone else's shit, and his stuff sticks in my head so bad. But there is a song on this record that it's very short, and it's just about back pain. It's about his sciatica, and it's so fantastic. The beat is just this weird like little piano run that sounds like a kid at piano practice. And let me see if I can remember. Bad back, bad back, bad back. One half zigs and the other half zags. Stand too long and the whole sit hunch. Sit too long and I can't stand up. Gramps out for his Sunday drive. A man is betrayed by his lumbar spine. Pull up to the spot like I'll meet y'all inside. I need like 5. Corpse pose, staring at the moon. Entirely on fire, sciatica to boot. I'm ready to be turned into soup, or shot into space, or squashed into cubes. Rate your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10. I said, well, Doc, I tell you, I feel like I lost a friend. Usually I'd be okay to shut up and cope, but these days, more than ever, my back is like, nope. That's it.
Okay, sure. Nope.
It's just so damn good. Like, it's when you're kind of getting old, is when your favorite rapper just made a song about back pain, and it's the most relatable song you've heard in a really long time.
Oh yeah, that's really sad.
Pull up to the spot like I'll meet y'all inside. I need like 5. I was just like, oh fuck. I normally would laugh, but it just like hit me right in my heart.
Yeah, like
Jesus.
You know what? I do need 5. I actually do. Yeah.
I'm ready to be turned into soup, or shot into space, or squashed into cubes. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like this dude
me.
isn't just writing about sciatica from some onlooker's perspective. This dude has sciatica. This dude fucking knows and lives it every day.
Cynic said, ask him about preaching the end of the world. I don't know what that is, but
that would take some practice. That's probably my favorite song, hands down. It's a Chris Cornell song off of his first solo album. And it's, dude, the chord progression's fucking stellar. The lyrics are great. It just across the board. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to think of a song that like I love more than that. If I could only got to hear one song for the rest of my life, or like got to hear one last song, it'd be that fucker. Yeah,
the end of
that's
the world, which
that
would
chord
make sense.
progression. That was one of those I figured like periodically as I get older, I'm like, oh, I'll take another look at that. Maybe it's a little easier now. It's never easier. It's never been any easier. It's such a pain in my tits every time I try to relearn this song. Like I would have to play this on a regular basis or have the shit right in front of me, and even then it'd be touch and go. So soon, so help me, I really want to play that one night. Yeah, there's some weird production. There's the whole song has this like kind of ethereal sounds going on, but it just kind of it's a little distracting. But yeah, Chris Cornell's whole first solo album, if for those of you who haven't heard it, Euphoria Morning, it's like flawless front to back. It's just Chris's voice is like in its prime. He covers a whole lot of different genre ground. It's just like it's so good. It's so damn good. So that's my recommendation for the night.
I'll have to go check out Chris Cornell. I don't know if it's on Bandcamp or where I can check that out. Oh, show me how to live, Audio Slave. Show me how to live. Yeah. Audio Slave, easy to play. It jams. Yeah. Show me how to live, and maybe that's the day I tried to live. That's Soundgarden that I'm hitting.
Yep. That song fucking slapped.
Yeah.
I could not sing that.
No. Chris hit some notes, man.
Give
like,
it to the rich. I'd get 2 or 3 of those, and then I would sound like Tom Waits for a month.
Warren's asking, what about Crocus? Crocus?
Warren's always asking about Crocus.
I was never a Crocus guy. Warren clearly was the Crocus guy. That reminds me of like Stuart wearing the Winger t-shirt on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, you know, I've not really listened to a lot of Crocus. I feel I'm probably missing out.
No.
Jimmy.
Oh, so by the way, shout out to this is a tag team effort on the thumbnail tonight, and I did want to shout this out.
Oh yeah, can we bring that up?
Holy shit. So first of all, Jesse in the Hat, Cynic. Damn. I don't know how she pulled this off, but I love that thing so much. That might actually have to replace my desktop. My desktop right now is the Blues Brothers still with the chicken and my arm on Jesse's shoulder. And I love that one so much. And again, Crab makes all our thumbnails. And he's like, can we get Cynic's thing in there? It's episode 13, and she loves Cat in the Hat, and it makes sense. And he did all the drones and put Joe Biden in the party hat and made Jesse our news correspondent, which again, brilliant, all of it. And then I was like, well, if you put the cat down there, it kind of fills it up. Let me take like the original Jesse out with the fire behind him and the flag, and just replace it with Cat and a Jesse. And it just worked. And so that was my contribution. So yeah, it's just amazing. And this is how it all came together.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. So that was she made the Cat in the Hat Jesse for the Storytime episode we're talking about doing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look into whether that's something we can do on YouTube, reading some Dr. Seuss books. If we would just have to like turn off our monetization for that episode. Because I mean, people read Dr. Seuss on there. I just got to figure out how you do it and not get stricken or struck or stroke. I'm
not worried about getting a stroke.
So, well, it's 2022. You fucking should be.
That's right.
Everyone can have a stroke now, Indy. It's open enrollment right now.
I've only got double Pfizer, no Moderna. We're all good. I should be okay. But I am almost 50, so we're definitely a little concerned.
I only had Johnson & Johnson, so I feel like that was just kind of bathwater.
You definitely slid under the radar with that guy. Let me tell you. You got your 3 months of coverage, and then you're in, you're out, and you're done. We have fun here. Damn. So yeah, it's Since the last time, I think the last time we did that, we did the Indie Media Awards, or maybe that was before we did our last show. And it was
That
the
was
Assange
Indie
thing.
Media Awards.
That was pre-Indie Media Awards. So congratulations and shout out to all the honorees. And again, there's there's not that many amazing content creators. And I wanted to give awards to half the INN people because, we've been developing new shows and there aren't that many new things that are really coming out that are taking off and starting to gain some traction and speaking differently and speaking to actual issues. You've got RBN, you've got some of the other channels that are out there and more established, but some of the newer ones, I'll say Due Dissidence, I've seen doing some pretty good work and some good interviews lately. But INN, man, and this show, it just felt weird. Like I can't give an award to a show that I'm producing and it's like you give yourself a trophy. You can't do that. But it feels like this show is one of the better new shows that we've seen come out this year. And I love doing it, and I appreciate everyone that shows up. And even if nobody watched it, I would still love doing it because I just like hanging out and listening to this dude play tunes and speak his words and blow us away. Just really, just marvel at all of this. Can't wait.
Thank you, dude. Seriously.
Both of my girls are here. Okay, I don't know who Booyah's girls are. But I didn't know Bless Bones was one of your girls. It's all good. Luis, I did not know that. And so yeah, Cynic's here, Jimmy's here. Hi everybody. Gamer, maybe Gamer's one of your girls. I don't know. Charlie
Kelly.
Mack. Oh, Kelly. Yes, Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Right. Sure. Oh, Kelly and Jimmy. Sure, Warren. See, Les Bones thought it was funny. I think I think Les Bones feels guilty now. By the way, Warren, since you're watching, and I didn't mean to call you out or embarrass you, on your streams, it says Independent News Network next to the INN. Can you just change that to say Indie News Network? Because that's actually like what the URL and stuff is. But I love you. It's all good. We are independent and we are a news network, but it's actually indienews.network. Right.
Semantics.
Yeah, just semantics. You see, it's all over the screen. The only like 17 times. Welcome to India. Hey, it's on the crawler and everything else. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, thank you, Warren. Thanks for messing with me. And you can change it. You can change the chat back for Friday night.
We have fun here.
We have a lot of fun here. We're all sharing Restream. This is one of the things that we do. It's family time. And see, that's the funniest part. Now we've got the most people here that we've had all night. Where's Yeti? I haven't seen Yeti in a few days. Yeti's moving down to Calgary from British Columbia. Les Bones did his nails today. See, that's what we mean. Good for you. I bit my nails
as
today.
we've heard from the courageous AOC, that is an act of revolution. That is an act of protest. Okay.
I thought you had to go get a manicure in order to have the protest. So that you hire someone to do that. You don't even do it yourself. Come on, peasants. Let's go. Do my nails. Come on. We know how she works. It's been an interesting week for our girl Alex, huh? She's had a bit of a time. She's had a bit of a time getting trolled a little bit, and I know Rob is encouraging more.
Handling it so well. She's doing so good with it too.
Oh, she's tweeting well, and they're rescinding letters to Joe after telling them don't go to war, and that's. Thanks for that, by the way. Yeah, I thought you actually wanted to win an election. No, I guess yeah. Well, she's gonna win hers, and I guess that's all that matters because she got hers, right? Isn't that really
true? In
the end, she's back in her seat. And I was telling somebody today, why don't these amazingly powerful now that have a brand and have eclipsed the Democratic Party brand and have some type of recognition towards their name that is not as corrupt in some way, shape, or form. The problem is they've tainted that at this point. But if they turned around prior to election or even post-election and said, you know what? We're done. We're independent now. We're an independent bloc. Come get our votes. Like, they wouldn't be the people that they are now. First of all, that's exactly who we wanted to go there. But that's kind of what we were expecting them to do, is give the middle finger to everybody and be like, wow, this is what we're here to do. Now deal with us. And that's just not what happened. And people still don't understand.
Exactly.
Like,
And it was so funny to see the people that were all like got
mad.
excited, you know, like all these people. And it just shows how many people are still expecting some change of heart, or thinking that Democrats are just going to get tough any day now, you know, looking at you, Code Pink.
I mean, literally,
like, look at this letter. They're doing so good.
Crystal Ball this morning, disappointed when they rescinded it. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm surprised they put it out in the first place. Like, yeah, that wasn't even record time.
Seriously.
But like, you know, for Whiplash. But I mean, it's just, man. What are we gonna do?
You know what? It's
honestly,
it's a sneaky lawyer trick, and it's something that they do all the time too, with like misinformation. If they publish something that's false, that sticks in people's minds, and even if later they post a retraction, or you know, judge hit you for it, you go, okay, never mind, I withdraw it. Jury still heard it. It still sticks in their heads. It's still, people remember it. And if it's memorable, even when you come back and say, hey, it turns out there was no bounty on American soldiers, or hey, it turns out the vaccine doesn't, like, people are going to remember the first thing. They want to stick with that, especially if they want to believe that desperately. They're going to cling to that.
And you know what? The best way I can describe it, they're the TYT candidates who went the exact same route as TYT. I mean, literally their trajectories are almost identical. I mean, think about the 2020 convention, how the Democrats basically locked out the Squad and Progressives. They gave AOC that little 8-minute like pat on the head speech, and that was all. And Bernie barely got a slot, and everyone was like, and that was pretty much, you know, we knew at that point it was all over, and that moment was crushed. And then that they didn't even invite TYT or give them credentials to a fucking virtual convention, a Zoom call. The funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, just embarrassing the way they still simped after that and continue to. Still, come on, guys. You got to be better because Trump, because we got to get our business model, continue it going. Trump. Forget like abandoning the entire system and figuring out a new one where you can actually like lead something that can emerge from the ashes of whatever's going to burn down here, because it's not going well. You know,
Indy, as we've seen, funding and pushing Republican candidates is working great. That's a winning strategy. Like, let's just put money into ads that lift them up.
55 million.
Then the work does itself. You know, the rest is.
And you know, that's only 5%.
It all falls into place after that, really.
It's still a drop in the bucket for what Republicans have spent on this election side. They spent over $1 billion. So 55 million to expose the fact that they're corrupt and awful. I'd much rather see that 55 million go into community outreach programs and to try to bring in non-voters or independents, or show why your candidate is better. I mean, their numbers show that those ads don't work. That's why they keep doing these other ones. Although it gave us Trump. I mean, they're literally doing the exact same Pied Piper strategy with the same money and doing it the exact same way, and then expecting different results. And they're going to lose in Pennsylvania with Fetterman and Mastriano, he is a Christian fundamentalist. He will not meet with anyone who is not a Christian. He just won't take a meeting with them. As a governor, it's kind of frightening. I mean, you're letting him lead a state. Now, luckily, he's in the state with the Quakers and with the Amish, so it works, kind of. But I wouldn't want to be a Jew in Philadelphia if he was governor. If he was and I believe he's running for governor. And then you got Oz, Dr. Oz running in. I mean, it's just a clown car. I mean, no matter what, even if you get Fetterman, we know. I mean, if you watch Sabby's streams, Sabby's got video of Fetterman like chasing a black guy down the street 7-8 years ago and saying some awful things. Like, he's no savior for the Democratic Party, guys.
Nope.
We know this. He's just like he's Bernie Light.
That's where people are at. People want to see one person and get all excited, like that's, and then heap all their hopes on that one person. Like we haven't seen that play out a million times before. I mean,
he's Bernie Light in a hoodie. Seriously, they just changed the outfit.
Where's the? Can you play the Misty clip, please?
Oh, sure.
Misty sound.
Well, sure.
We're fucked.
Yes, because she's right. And of course,
who are these people?
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of people nobody really knows about, but they're the ones that actually end up making decisions that screw us over and send money to Ukraine and not funding our schools and bridges. And
it's true.
We're all going to hell. But we're going to play some tunes and have some fun. Again, shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to everyone who makes INN possible. Shout out to everyone who is sharing it out and is helping with clips and helping with audio. And God, there's just so much work that goes into this. And if you want to help, we need more help. We need channel managers. We need social media posters, people who can actually post when somebody on the network goes live and put a tweet out and be like, hey, can you check out like INN because so-and-so's live, because there's like 9 of us and somebody's going live just about every day of the week. And it's a lot to do. We need a team of people to do that. And we're always looking for help. And usually it comes from the people that are watching anyway. And that's where we found the best fans come from. So
viewers like you.
Hey, this is, I started literally as a TYT fan sitting on the couch. And I said, you know what? Nobody was doing any kind of a newsletter, like kind of pulling in TYT and Pac-Man and Kyle and Humanist Report. This is when they were all like halfway decent. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's how this all started. And then 6 months later, what the Assange case happened and the DNC thing happened and Bernie drops out and they abandoned us. And I found a whole other community that, holy crap. And then I started making content, INN, streaming. How do we miss that? Now I'm doing 3 shows and holy moly. And I love it. I can't get enough. My wife's like, tells me I'm obsessed. I can't get away from the computer and Twitter and everything. Instagram, Facebook, Telegram. Because you guys are all awesome. I can't stop. Discord too. What are you doing, dude? Are you playing anymore? Are we done? We good?
I think I'm spent. Yeah, I think that's everything I had for tonight.
All right, man. Well,
and then some.
Nice. And then I discovered this plant. Yes, that's right, E. Heller. Well, that's right. I'm gonna have to go discover this plant again. So,
yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Seriously.
Yeah. I seriously, I love doing this.
I think next episode we'll go ahead and do a story night. I'm gonna fuck up some Dr. Seuss.
I can't wait. I might have to bring the kids. Like you know what? One night we have to do a clean show that I can play for my kids because they keep asking like, we want to hear Jesse play. I'm like, nah, I want to play it for you, but I can't. It's all grown up stuff. It's like awful fucking topics, and he curses the whole time. Like, you're 7. I can't. Sorry. Soon, one day, but not yet.
We'll do the G show soon.
Nice. We'll have to do it. Yeah, we'll do a kiddie show. That'll be fun. All right, man. Well, thank you, everybody. We're gonna cut it out for tonight. I'm always gonna say, keep questioning everybody's motivations. He's giving out hearts. All right, everybody. And this was American Tradition, episode 13 on Indie News Network. Go to indienews.network. We are a family of 23 content creators. Some of us are in the chat now. Love everybody here and love to everyone. See you in 2 weeks.